Welcome to the Shortwave Radio channel, and we're going to talk about this. I didn't want to talk about it necessarily here, but there were so many people asking me to talk about it that I decided to do the video here. So this is the Sangean WFR-32, Wi-Fi radio. This is a radio that is a media device, basically. It's not an FM, AM radio.
What are the main differences between men in recovery and...
It is really a Wi-Fi or internet radio per se. No regular radio on this thing. It is an aggregator of all sorts of online streams. It receives pretty much everything you want to receive that you would. Now, that said, just to put things straight, if you've got a PC and good speakers, you don't need this. It does all of that. If you got a Bluetooth speaker that sounds decent, that's good quality, you can, pair Bluetooth, your phone or whatever, and it will gonna work. The thing with this is that this is autonomous. The stream is going to work through this device by itself. You don't need another device if you are streaming. So the way that it works, of course, is through the menus and through the different options that you have on the buttons on the radio itself. So you have, internet radio, podcasts, and so on, USB if you have a USB stick. Media centered through your network, Spotify if you have a Spotify account, and so on. You have an option which is local radio, which will give you the local radios if you want. So for example, I can say top 10 of Canada, for example, and it's going to give me some top 10 receivers, radio stations, CTBC radio, and so on. Now, with the buttons and the remote control, searching is very tedious and very difficult. So, they actually have an app, and what you'll want with this is a smartphone and the app. So, the app that you have, which is the app that comes with, or that is actually available with the device, is a app that's called something like Air Control. Once you install it, you'll be able to control the device. The way it works, of course, is that you'll want to, first of all, find the device. It's going to find your radio, the WFR-32 here. Once that is, you're going to have the same screen that's going to show up. So if it's an internet radio station you're searching for, you can press internet, so radio, and then you can press radio station. And it's going to give you the same menus as you see on both screens. You can choose with the radio or with the phone. Here, if I type news, for example, search, it's going to give me a list of stations. That list is also here on this device, which means I can choose it either from the radio directly, or I can go through the phone for this list and choose what I want to listen to, say WINS 1010. And it's going to actually open the stream on the radio for what I'm asking for. So WINS has no audio on this one. I tried it the other day, there was no audio, so there's something about WINS. You can of course go with the buttons and try to find a stream here, something else. Here we're going to go with WTIC. Here we go. Oh, station might be unavailable. This happens here in Canada because some stations are unavailable. So what you do is go back and choose another one. Hopefully we're going to choose a good one.
And that's from C Love.
Here we go.
On KFKA. Chris, thanks so much. Thanks, Coach C Love.
So you have access to all those streams of radio stations. You can go, of course, with the device itself, do some searches with going to radio stations. And once you have that, you can press the button. You can go by country, by location. There you go. For example, Africa. I want Ghana, and then let's say that I choose top 10. Here is GH Radio 1. We'll see if that streams and what it does.
Hello, I'm Rick Hart. Expand your understanding of the issues and events impacting Indigenous peoples. The APTN News Brief podcast delivers important...
There are some ads because sometimes the streaming platform that you're connecting to will give you an ad for something. So here we go. So this is what that station is giving us as content, which is music. If you're searching for content that's word content like podcasts, you also have that. An example of why I would choose this, for example, you can search for BBC World Service on the app, and what's going to happen with the BBC World Service. So we're going to do it here. Connect once again because I turned off my phone, so I have to reconnect. So internet radio, but you don't have to, I'm going to do BBC World Service and do the search here, which is also going to search on the radio, so the station is going to appear over here. I haven't searched. Oh, I didn't put BBC. Wrong. I didn't write it in my big fat fingers. BBC World Service. There we go. So you search for it. It's going to give you BBC. So you have the different streams. You have the World Service if you want, from different outlets that you can choose. So in different languages too. So you want to listen to the World Service via specific aggregators, specific station is going to work. You have the different World Service for different areas, like West Africa here, for example. I can press and have this one, which is the World Service for Africa. And here we go.
It has to be the film Suspiria. I enjoyed it immensely. I loved
you
the
have
kind of
access
film
to
noir aspect of
podcasts.
it. It felt like
So
it was
for
like
example,
witches, but with
let me go
elegance
back here. Let's go
and
here.
fabulous wardrobes. So that was a treat for me to watch and experience.
Thank you both so much. You're listening to the Arts Hour on the BBC World Service. I'm Nikki Beattie. Nigerian writer Ayobami Adebayo's first novel, Stay With Me, was
So you can
nominated
also,
for many awards, translated into 20 languages,
if you want,
and the French
podcasts
version won
that
the
I'm chosen
prestigious Les Afriques
here.
Literary Prize.
Let's say that I put
Her latest novel, A Spell
World
of Good Things, is set at the turn of the millennium when
Radio.
Nigeria transitioned into a democracy. It's a state of the nation
and it's
novel
going to actually
with two
search
families
and gives me
caught in
Glenn
the
Hauser's
riptides
World
wealth,
of Radio.
power, romantic obsession,
So
and political
you can
corruption.
go on the World of
We
Radio,
meet
Glenn Hauser.
Eniola, whose family
And
has
once you
lost
choose, you'll
everything
have the
because his
different
father has lost his
episodes with their
teaching
date.
job. And
I can
Raoul,
choose to have World of Radio, AWR Wavescan, and so on. There's tech podcasts that I listen to. All of them are there. The list of podcasts is pretty big when you search for
Casting
them.
over shortwave.
Here we
But
go.
if you want World of Radio when it's hot off the press, you need to get it that way, usually ready by 0200 UT Fridays. You'll find the links at the audio mid page of worldofradio.com.
And so on. So you have all of the podcasts. So you have all of that. The content is nice. The app is nice to use. And if you have a smartphone, do download the app because you will find that the world is so much easier to use with this radio on that. Audio quality is fantastic. If you have and want something for music, and this is definitely going to be a big chunk or a big part of what I'm going to listen to here, the audio quality is really fabulous. So this WFR-32 is really nice. Like I said, if you don't have a smartphone and you're stuck with the remote control and the buttons, be ready because it's going to be a tough ride because you're going to have to really, find the stations in a hard way by slowly entering the characters with, the tricks of the remote control and so on. You got a smartphone, it's going to work great. It's autonomous, which means you don't need a smartphone or anything as long as it's connected to internet. If you switch it off, if you're listening to BBC World Service, say, switch it off. When you switch it back on, it's going to actually play or go to the last thing that you were playing. So if it was BBC World Service, it's going to actually turn on, stream BBC World Service, and so on. Once again, the audio quality is great. Quality control, the radio itself feels great. Feels like quality. The top buttons are lit, as you see here. And it is absolutely a fantastic little device if you're searching for a Wi-Fi radio. you got a smartphone, it's great. If not, maybe look at other models that could have a better entry level if you are searching for Wi-Fi or internet radio. If some have a better way of entering any text, because that's the biggest flaw. It doesn't have a keyboard. So that's probably the biggest flaw. But they're all, most of them I've seen are kind of like that. So it's kind of difficult, and they're kind of relying on you having a phone or smartphone often to have a control app. Now, this radio, what is nice, because what happened to the last time, I had a WFR-20, and the WFR-20 pretty much became obsolete because Receiver, which was the aggregator for the content, shut down. And it made the radio useless, pretty much. This is nice because it has different aggregators, so it will work in multiple ways in getting your streams, and this is going to be a better choice, because if it doesn't work with one, it works with Spotify, it works with the Amazon Prime music service, it works with different services that will give you podcasts and streams and so on. And that's the nice part of it. It is not technically going to be obsolete with that reason. And of course, you have the ability to pair your phone Bluetooth and play whatever through your phone, your computer, and so on. Audio quality, once again, fantastic on this, powerful and really nice. So I like it, but you have to understand the flaws of what I've mentioned about, without a smartphone, a little tough to use. And do you really need a device like this is the other question. I, wanted to have one. Is it a need? Look, I could have invested in a really cool and very good audio quality speaker that has Bluetooth and have all of that content through my computers, through my phones, and so on. But I wanted something that's autonomous and does it by itself, and this is what this is. It actually can do it without the need of another device. If you enjoy my videos, please subscribe, give us thumbs up. Thank you for watching.